What's going on? Brian Forsyth, your radically unstuck life coach. What's happening? I don't know if you noticed or not, but I got kicked out of the Boy Scouts. I got kicked out of the Boy Scouts. And you're probably thinking, like, is that possible? Like, how do you get kicked out of the Boy Scouts? And so this is what happened. So we're playing this like really silly game. It's called I think it's called cork ball, right? Where you take a penny and a cork, and you basically make the penny and the cork into something that you can hit. And I must have been a mixed up kid because I'm playing like third base, because it's like baseball, but without the baseball. Presumably, this is supposed to keep us all from getting hurt. Little backyard game of corkball within the Boy Scouts. And so I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm having a bad day, who knows. But this kid hits the cork, a miracle in itself, because the cork is like this tiny little thing, right? So he smacks the heck out of this thing. And just as this kid comes running around the base, I just pick up a rock and sling it at him. And I hit him. And blood gushes out of his leg. Because it's a rock. And we're all like I think I was 10, right? Blood's gushing out of this kid's leg. And the Boy Scouts frowned on that, as you might imagine. They were not interested in keeping me because, Now, why am I telling y'all this? Why am I bringing this up for you? It's because I was an angry kid. I let my anger and the stress of, let me tell you, it was a bad childhood. My stepfather physically and mentally abused me for years, but that's okay because I'm 53 now and I can, I'm okay. But the point is when I was that mean little kid and I slung that rock, I was operating with a lot of anger, which, stress, anger, that is what can happen when we carry our anger and our stress and we don't deal with it and it just gets pent up, right? That can mean you lose your job. That can mean you get in a fight with your wife. Right? So, and anger and stress, right? The thing that I will tell you that has really helped me is meditation. Meditation, exercise, journaling. These are all things that can help, especially thought journaling. Journaling your thoughts. Because that will tell you what, the type of thoughts you're having, right? And then when you do your thought journaling, then you can kind of see, where your stress is, what your thoughts sort of relate to, and that can help a lot. I tell people if you're dealing with depression, especially, that if you do your thought journaling, then you can kind of see, because depression and anxiety and your mental challenges, they kind of ebb and flow, right? And sometimes if you're not prepared, depression can seem like it is. Suddenly, like yesterday was good, and not today, you just don't want to even get out of bed, right? And the way to stop that is to do your thought journaling, maybe like twice a week. I know journaling's hard. Raise your hand if you're like a really good journalist. Oh, that's not me. Like I keep telling myself I'm going to be a good journal. I'm going to do journaling every day. I'm going to be consistent. Yeah, no. So if you're like me and you have not consistently journaled, we're all in that club, right? Because that's just the way. That's just the. What's up, Tammy? What's up, Zohar? Thanks for watching. So if you're like me and you find it difficult to continually, to do your journaling, it's just one of those things, But if you can, do your journaling, once a week. I know once a day or, every day is probably a challenge. But if you can do it like once a week, then you can really see, how your mind, your mind state is shifting. That's one of the main things. Because if you're dealing with depression, like I said, it can seem like it sneaks up. But if you've done your journaling, every so often, you can start seeing what the content of your thoughts are. So if you see a lot of biting, negative, cynical, unkind to yourself kind of thoughts, then you might notice that your mental state is shifting. And so you can pay more attention, because when you start letting that stuff build up and continue in your brain, what I call the inner garden, then, that informs how you see the world. It informs your expectations, how positively you see things. And if you're starting to see things that are negatively, if you start seeing things negatively, then that's basically what's going to come from your mind, and that's what you're going to start seeing. You're going to start interpreting things in that way. It's kind of like a weird little lens that we can like over our eyes. And now instead of seeing everything with rose-colored glasses, now you're seeing everything with brown-colored glasses, right? So that's basically what I have for you, is to try to do the thought journaling at least, twice a week. And it's really simple. You just set a timer for like 2 minutes or whatever, and you write your thoughts. Even the thoughts that says, I'm not thinking anything, this is so silly, blah, 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 right? You're just going to write your thoughts, all of the ones that you catch. And then what you're going to do after you finish that is you're going to categorize them. You're going to take... you're going to say, okay, agree with this thought. This is a thought I'm claiming as me, as who I want to be, right? So that's one kind of thought. And then another thought may be, well, this one's kind of true, kind of useful. Like there may be a thought that says, you're a really bad father. Well, that's not true all the time. You may be a bad father sometimes, so you may want to change that. And, use it. Sometimes I'm a bad father, but I'm working on it, right? So turn it just a little bit more positive. And then, of course, there's the ones that say you're a lousy father, nobody likes you. Well, that's one that you would just edit right the heck out, because that's not useful. And more importantly, it's not true. So take those thoughts that you've done your thought journaling with, and then, sort of you categorize them into those three, buckets, so to speak. And then what you can do is the ones that you agree with and the ones that you've restated, then you can use those in your daily affirmations. And now instead of doing some blanket affirmation that you found on the internet, they're personal to you. And they're going to be a lot more meaningful. And they're going to be a lot more effective, right? Meaningful and effective, woo, right? All right, so that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys are having a great day. If you had a great weekend, always remember, be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Namaste.